Hey guys, it's Dude6 with another classic album review. Haven't really gotten any new albums lately, so I decided to do another classic album review, and I'm going to just finish off the rest of the Circa Survive CDs by finishing off their last album, Blue Sky Noise. And this was on Atlantic Records, so this is the first CD where they're not on Equal Vision anymore, and definitely this album has I think it has more of a different sound to it, but I don't think it's in a bad way. Of course, their second album is still my favorite, but this album I liked a lot too, and I was actually really surprised by it. I thought what I expected from this album was a lot of generic kind of pop sounds, but I actually got quite far from it, actually, the opposite. A lot of this album has a variety of different styles mixed into it. It's just different little things that they do with the instruments and stuff that actually make a big difference and make each song very unique. It definitely has a good set of songs here, but I just think On Letting Go is my favorite. It was the first Circa album I ever bought. The songs mean more to me, but this album definitely, I think, had a lot of uniqueness to it. Now, the track listings are Strange Terrain, Get Out, Glass Arrows, I Felt Free, Imaginary Enemy, Through the Desert Alone, Frozen Creek, Fever Dreams, Spirit of the Stairwell, The Longest Mile, Compendium, Dyed in the Wool. So the first track, Strange Terrain, starts off kind of like you're in like a fairy tale. I don't know how to explain. It's a little bit poppy in a sense, with that fairy tale-ness that I get from it. It breaks out into a nice catchy chorus. The only thing I did not really like about this song was the voices in the background when he would sing, when Anthony Green would sing the chorus. I didn't really like that. If people know what I'm talking about, then yeah, but I definitely thought it was an interesting track to start out with. They usually don't start with something so abrupt, like in the beginning, so this was kind of different. The second song, Get Out, I think everybody knows. A lot of people that know this album particularly know this song. I didn't favor it that much because Anthony Green sang, when he like sings really high, he kind of tends to get really off key, and when he was like yelling in this song, I don't like it when he yells particularly, so I didn't really favor the yelling too much in this song because it tended to get him off key. I mean, it definitely shows the rawness of his voice, and I did really like how the drums corresponded with the guitars and such. But the singing on this song didn't impress me as much, but the lyrics are kind of depressing, if you actually listen to them. Glass Arrows is the next song. It's got this very interesting little guitar piece. It's like these notes that kind of lead you into the song, and I actually really like this song a lot. It kind of grew on me when I listened to it. And a lot of these songs on here, I think dynamically as a band, Circa Survive is definitely known for their dynamics in each song, and I think this album's really perfect in dynamics and how everything is set up. It's not really all over the place, it's not really random, it sounds really nice, and everything kind of just flows together nicely. I Felt Free is a very nice kind of calming song. It's like, it sounds very relaxing. Anthony Green's voice is very like calm, and the song is just very calm, and it's very beautiful actually as well. Imaginary Enemy is the next song, and I think if you had to get one song off of this album to go buy or listen to, it would probably be Imaginary Enemy. It has one of the most powerful choruses. It's one of the most easiest songs to sing along to, and it's very catchy in that sense. They also came out with a music video for this song as well. It's definitely one of my favorite albums on the favorite songs on the album. It definitely stood out to me in a way that it was a very structured song, and when I say that I mean like structured in where the lyrics are versus chorus, and I think that's why people would like this song more. Through the Desert Alone is a very good song. Again, it has very depressing lyrics. If you listen to most of the lyrics on this album, they're very depressing. Circa does a lot of like depressing type lyrics, so that's kind of what got me down about this particular song. I think it's one of the most depressing on the album. That's just my opinion. But it's a very good song, very intricate guitar, like kind of like Glass Arrows has, except it's not in really the beginning of the song, but more throughout it. Frozen Creek is probably my favorite song on the whole album. It starts off with a nice acoustic guitar, and then kind of gets into the drums and bass and everything else. But this song is just, it's my favorite song on the whole album. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very depressing, but the lyrics I can relate to, and I think Anthony Green's voice sounds the best in this song. You can definitely feel the emotion through this song. Everything about it's just great, and dynamically, like I said, throughout this whole album, dynamically with each song sounds great, like flow-wise. Fever Dreams is a pretty good song as well. It starts off with kind of this Latin guitar riff. It's very interesting and neat. Like I said, they're bringing kind of a lot of unique sounds together, and it has Anthony Green's kind of raw voice. Very fast-paced in the beginning, and then gets really slow, then gets really fast-paced again. It's definitely a good song. Another depressing one, like most of the songs on this album are. Spiritus Stairwell is all acoustic. It's very, I believe the song is about abortion, because if you listen to the lyrics very carefully, it doesn't really flat out say it, but it kind of gives me hints here and there that basically it's about, I think, a girlfriend or maybe the wife or something of this man wants to have an abortion, and the guy doesn't want the abortion, or something like that. That's kind of what I got out of the song. Maybe you got a totally different meaning. I don't really know. But it's a really good song, but it's really depressing. Well, at least what I got from that song was it was very depressing. But it's very different, because Circa usually doesn't do a straight-up acoustic song like this, so I thought it was really nice. The Longest Mile is a very powerful song. To me, it kind of feels like an anthem, because in certain parts of the chorus, the whole band, well, the other background singers are like singing together, and it kind of feels like an anthem song. Gosh, my words. And it's got very intricate guitar pieces in it, like I said before with other songs, and it's a very good song too. Compendium is basically a 1.5 minute instrumental. It's very nice, and it actually sounds really pretty and very unique. And it leads right into Dyed in the Wool, which Dyed in the Wool is probably my second favorite song on this album. The lyrics are very depressing, but they're very true in a sense. Some of the lyrics are, "It's so sad for us when we find ourselves giving away, and it's a shame for us to find ourselves going to waste." And I definitely think that's true. A lot of the lyrics are very honest and true. And this song just, it's very depressing, and the guitar kind of, it's like the electric guitar part kind of sounds very like depressing as well. But I think it's good because a lot of the guitar on this song, these songs fit really well. They made really good choices with instruments and structures of songs dynamically. This album I think is the most uniquest because it has different sounds that Circa Survive usually doesn't really do. So this record label, it's just different that they're on this record label. It kind of has a whole different Circa sound. I don't mind it too, because it kind of shows their growth with instruments and stuff, but it wasn't my favorite album, but it was definitely a good buy if you're a huge Circa fan like me. Now, the album covers basically this boy, and then right behind him is this weird flying monster thing. And then the back is like this weird little house with this color shooting out of it, and then here's the track listings. And then the CD, which is like, this is the new Circa emblem, I guess. And Sky, and then the booklet, which is I thought was very cool, actually. Basically, here's the booklet, and here's the credits, like, right in the middle. And then over here is people in the band, and lyrics behind them. People in the band, lyrics behind him, and then the whole back is, lyrics behind the guys, and then there's Anthony Green right there. And then the cover kind of leads out with the whole booklet. So, I thought that was a very interesting cover artwork. They have very cool, interesting artwork, but this is definitely a good buy. Get it if you're a Circus fan. If you only want like a couple songs on here, I'd recommend getting Imaginary Enemy, probably Get Out, I Felt Free. You'd probably like those songs the best if you're starting out with this album. So I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Comment, subscribe, like. Thank you.